from somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the Local Show here on GrassRoots Community Network. We want to especially welcome our live audience on YouTube, Facebook, and on TV for the first time this summer. So excited to have two lovely ladies. I've known them for quite a few years now, but they're doing something new, you guys, and exciting that's going to help you. So I want to welcome Nicole Lindstrom and Karla Miller back to the show, ladies. Thank you for being here. My arms, well, we can do a little fist bumpy. I don't know if I can get, yeah. Good thing for mom and dad with long arms.
There we go.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks,
you.
Eric. Thanks.
I was so inspired when I read a recent article about your sound and cacao and movement, kind of these ceremonies you've been doing in the Valley. And I found a quote, actually off your website, Nicole, and I wanted to start the show with this because I think it kind of almost summarizes kind of what we're going after here. At the deepest level of ourselves, what we truly desire is not wealth and gold, but wealth and experience. What we find to be the most precious and beautiful is insight, inspiration, wisdom, connection. We desire gold of mind. Welcome to your true gold mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I love that. So it's like, and I think about this stuff a lot and discuss it a lot. It's like, what really brings happiness? What really brings joy? Is it all about money? It's been kind of like conditioned, actually generations of Americans. Like you get the house with the white picket fence, the 2-car garage, hopefully filled with 2 new cars, and this stuff, and you just kind of land in happiness. It's the American dream, and you've now, become successful and acquired everything you need to be happy. But people have been acquiring and gathering, and quite materialistically, consumerism has just kind of run away in the U.S., and we're not that happy. And it hasn't really been the gold mine that we thought it would be. So let's talk about that little. Let's start with you, Nicole, and kind of first of all, your website GLDMND.
Correct.
.co.
.co.
So short for gold mine.
Yeah.
.co.
Yeah.
And let's just talk a little bit about that, because it's like, you're involved in so many things like yoga and meditation, now cacao, which I can't wait to try here on the show. And what do you think, is kind of the shortcut to happiness, and or I guess some of the secrets that you've discovered?
So where that inspiration came through was about 10 years ago. I was traveling in Nicaragua, and I remember I walked into this beautiful old bookstore that I couldn't believe I found. I just stumbled upon it. And when I walked in, there was books everywhere, and they were covered in dust. And so I happened to pick this one book up, and I blew the dust off the book cover, and it just sparkled like gold in the sunlight. And I had this feeling of, this is a gold mine. This place is a gold mine. What we're really seeking is experience, knowledge, wisdom, inspiration. The definition of gold mine is a source of something desired. So when I walked into that bookstore, I realized this is what I'm desiring. I'm in a foreign country. I'm somewhere totally new. I just happened to stumble upon something completely unexpected, and I'm so lit up. I'm so ignited, and I am so inspired to experience the fullness of my life.
That is so neat. So it's more the kind of like the moment, the experiential aspect, the adventure.
Yes, adventure.
Kind of you've caught yourself kind of in the journey, like and realizing it, being aware of that.
Well, and you really
nailed
it.
And that felt joyous.
So joyous. And you nailed it with the word experiential. I mean, it's really about the felt experience of whatever it might be. So whether it's an experience like cacao or sound healing or adventure or reading a book, sometimes you read those quotes that just bring you to tears, and they just open and expand you. It's that's the gold mine.
Right. I don't quite get when I get paid, for services or whatever in my business. I get a good feeling of reward. It's pragmatic too. Wow, I can go pay a bill or be responsible. Yeah. But it doesn't give me that kind of that radiating feeling. Karla, and you work a lot with sound and astrology and different things, and just some thoughts on happiness and just I guess happiness 101, some basics that you'd like to share.
We just talked before we went on show of what makes you happy is getting out and about. And the beautiful gift of astrology is it allows you to fall in love with yourself again, to understand what makes you tick and what makes you joy and what your soul came here to do on the Earth School.
Right.
And so for me, it's going internally and finding that happiness deep within. Instead of being out here and
Right.
keeping ourselves busy, it's going in here and going, wow, what really makes me happy?
Right, the
Is it-
internal versus the
Yeah,
external
yeah.
solution.
Yeah.
You're right. We're always searching externally, like I'll get that,
Yep.
or I'll meet that person, or again these external sources, which are great
Yeah.
and helpful. But when you go inside,
Yeah.
right,
Or
that's the
if-
ultimate adventure
yeah.
too.
And I think too is like really seeing yourself in nature.
Yeah.
And are you seeing the beauty of nature? Or are you just doing the act of hiking
Right.
and saying that I went to Maroon Bells
Right.
or that I went up to, it's just like, am I really seeing Mother Nature? Am I seeing the birds? What is coming through my energy field? I mean, when you see a bear, when you see a deer, if you were to Google the totem of a deer or a totem of a robin, like that's really interacting with your energy base.
I like to think of it as, is it just the quick selfie? Like you were there, you
Yeah.
touched it, or were you a part of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like for me, I like to get in these moments, like whether it's out on a bike ride or a hike or camping, like the other day up above Route I, is like, am I a part of this right now? Am I a part of nature? Am I it? Not egocentric, but more like, am I a part of this?
Yes.
Or am I just moving through it as like a outside observer almost? And we do observe, right, Nicole? Like it's good to observe, and especially like take a moment and observe a flower, observe a butterfly. I had this like, I'm sure that I'm into like not into fly fishing, but I'm sure a fly fishing guide would go, oh yeah, that was the caddis mayfly of blah 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 hatch or whatever. But one of these landed on me the other day when I was up above Route I, and I just watched him for like a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Just landed on my finger and I just watched him. With this big long tail on him. And it was just like this moment. And I mean, Nicole, isn't that magical? Like when we're surrounded by this around Aspen? And,
Well, it's almost like that sweet spot, but beyond time and space, where you have this butterfly, you're gazing at it, and you're no longer in that continuum of time and space, but you're really
Yeah.
in your experience. And how
Right.
often do we have something beautiful that we're holding, or something that's right here, and we're aware that it's there, but we're not engaging with it. So we're really in time and space, and we're not seeing the beauty, or we're not feeling the beauty, or we're looking at it, and then we look over here and we look over here, and we forget. It's like, oh yeah, what was that again? You have to look at it again, but we're so not present. It's not in our bodies, not fully experiencing the right here, right now fullness that's available at any given moment.
right. It's really kind of this awareness, heightened awareness, especially when we go connect with nature and to really be in it, really be immersed in it. And we're going to immerse ourselves in sound today and cacao, and talk about so many of these neat things that are really helping people on a real inner level. Like we're all searching, right? We're all searching for these answers. Like, it's like, how do we really become happy? Because again, we've been steered in so many different directions, like being conditioned as kids, being conditioned through media, through society, and do this, and yeah, you'll be happy if you do this, or go on this vacation, and all of a sudden you're super happy. But then you get back, and then what? It's like, is it going to be womp womp, or do you have something else that maybe you brought from that experience that can create that kind of that happiness all around us all the time? So let's just take a quick break. I do need to express my gratitude for my underwriters who support this programming all summer long, including Haiti Children, Independence Pass Foundation, I'll look at my cheat sheet, Klug Properties, Paradise Bakery, Pitkin County Landfill, White River Overland, and Sundog Athletics. We'll go to a quick break for those who are watching our taped segment. Otherwise, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. The Independence Pass Foundation, for 32 years, restoring and protecting the ecological, historical, and aesthetic integrity of Independence Pass. To learn more, independencepass.org.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
White River Overland specializes in camper van upfitting and overland outfitting. Catering to mountain dwellers and outdoor enthusiasts, many of WRO's builds are purpose-driven to facilitate and enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. Nestled in the White River National Forest, close to the deserts of western Colorado and Utah, WRO also rents camper vans and accessories. More at whiteriveroverland.com. Celebrating their 25th anniversary, Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience Aspen's most amazing adventure locations and gain new skills to increase your safety, performance, and enjoyment while mountain biking, road biking, hiking, and paddling on Aspen's exclusive canoeing adventure. Like Sundog Athletics on Facebook for fresh adventure updates.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Okay, guys, thanks again for joining us here live on the local show, our second show of the summer series.
Wow.
And let's talk about your these ceremonies, you guys. First of all, like, how did the idea? I mean, you both attended University of Santa Monica's spiritual psychology program in soul-centered living. Let's actually start with that. You both went to the school in Santa Monica. What was that about? And did you go at the same time or at different times?
We
or?
did, and we were the last group before COVID. So we were the last in-person group, which is pretty remarkable because now they're all online.
Oh, boy. Wow, so that was fortunate timing there.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And so what did you take out of that? Like, did you plan on going to this education together, or was that coincidence?
It was coincidence. The stars magically aligned for us to be together. Karla and I have known each other for about 5 years, and we met at Lead with Love here in Aspen. And so we had the event at the Aspen Institute, and she came as a sound healer, and she brought the gongs and the bowls, and I totally fell in love with her the moment that I met her and was able to experience that offering. And so when I saw her at USM, when we walked into the classroom, I just looked over and was like, this must be the place. I must be in the right place.
Yeah.
Right? Almost like a law of attraction at that point.
100%.
These things are not coincidence,
No.
are they?
No.
Everything's purposeful.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Sure does.
Or we might like to say law of attraction is we bring into our life what we're putting out. Basically, we're big magnets. Right? So
Like
we're putting out-
attracts like.
Yeah, there you go. Or vibrational. Anyway, that's a whole nother show.
Yes.
But this is all related. This is all kind of a purposeful thing that's happening with these kind of these journeys interweaving. Then when did you kind of come up with the idea of this ceremony? Karla, how did that kind of come about? Was that talked about like while you were in Santa Monica in school?
Not
or?
really necessarily. I think is that kind of co-creating and bringing these two modalities together to help support and to activate one another. And Nicole will get into that for sure. But I think it was, Nicole reached out to me, and because I'm kind of a quiet, I don't advertise. It's my own little thing. I do astrology and just work out of my home down Valley. And it's, she just came and asked if I would like to co-create with her, and I'm like, absolutely. I mean, this is such a little star being here. So, yeah.
That's so neat. That's so neat. So, and then Nicole, tell us about like cacao, because you had kind of started, learning about cacao and starting to apply that and share that with different guests and clients. And
Yes. So cacao, I started exploring about 3 years ago, and I immediately realized that it's a felt experience. And so it's something that doesn't quite compute vocally. It's not until you truly ingest the cacao in a ceremonial way that you start to understand the way in which it feels and how it moves through you. And because it's so felt, I had this idea of engaging with the cacao, activating that heart-opening quality, and then using breath work, using movement to amplify and expand within. And then I really thought of Karla so strongly because the aspect of music is the integration. So you have this huge expansion, and then to be able to lie down in stillness, but yet have the vibration of all of the sound all around you, like this just beautiful nurturing quality of the healing bath. It's such an incredible experience that you have everything. So you have the activation through drinking the cacao, you have the amplification through movement, through breath, and then you have the integration. So that when you leave a ceremony, you have a whole new awareness for heart-centered connection and realignment with your heart's deepest calling.
That's so. Did you just kind of go, let's get together and try this,
Yes,
and
did.
then you experienced it obviously yourself, Karla? And
Oh, yeah.
like, how did
Yeah.
that feel when you've kind of combined these things for the first time?
I think the
This kind of this
beautiful thing
alchemy.
about is cacao is this in particular cacao. I'm not crazy about cacao, but once I tried this in particular legacy cacao,
Legacy.
it was like, oh my gosh, I just want more and more because it's a how do you describe it? It's more of a
It's my alchemy of spice, of vanilla bean, and of cacao bean. And so it's incredibly unique. I've never had cacao like it ever.
Yeah.
And once you taste it, and if you are a connoisseur of any kind of cacao, you know immediately that it's unique and special.
Well, I am a
Yeah.
cookie baker. I do like using high cacao level organic chocolate. So do you, like, if we try this right now, are we like listening to sound and sipping cacao, or how does that kind of, like, how does the actual ceremony happen?
So the ceremony happens first, we are outside by moving water, and we set an intention to initiate the ceremonial process.
Okay.
Then we invite everybody in, and that's where we introduce cacao. And so the experience of cacao is you are just with her. It's a feminine plant, feminine spirit.
Okay.
So you open up your communication channel with her, your energetic pathways, you invite her in. And so that's really solo. You just have you and your cacao and your own experience so that you can be in tune to the subtle quality of the awakening. And it's a very felt sensation through your body, a physical felt sensation.
Okay.
And then once we're good with that, we move into breath work because you have the feeling of cacao, you enhance it with the breath, you see how those two pair together, and then you kind of get excited and a little ecstatic and you kind of want to move around. So we move, and then we introduce the sound. So the sound comes towards the completion of the journey.
Okay, but for
For
our
today.
purposes today, with our shorter time frame, how would we do that? Would we just sip a little bit and then listen to some sound, not really having the full ceremony? Would that be okay?
yeah, sure. I
Definitely.
mean, for sure.
Should we try some right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies.
So this is served hot,
Okay.
steamy hot. So it's
Okay,
kind
so
of
this is
chilled
like a
little
steamy
bit.
hot, but not like hot chocolate,
It actually,
or similar.
Very
Yeah.
much like hot
Yeah.
chocolate. So this is cacao powder, and it's mixed
Okay.
with hot water, and I also put coconut butter in it, and then I blend it. So the coconut butter and the blender is the game changer with this experience.
Okay.
So if you're open to it,
I'm open.
awesome. I can guide you into your first sip, because there
Okay.
is a practice that
Please,
you
go ahead.
do before
Go ahead.
you.
I want to do this properly.
Okay.
great.
So you're just going to take both of your hands and you're going to hold your cup.
Okay.
You're going to shimmy your shoulders,
Okay.
and then you're going to let your shoulders relax.
Okay.
And then you're going to put your 2 feet onto the ground so you feel
Okay.
grounded.
Okay.
And then go ahead and close your eyes.
Okay.
Take a deep breath in through the nose,
Okay.
out through the mouth. And begin to tune into a level of presence. So bringing your full awareness into right here, right now. Guiding into the present moment, feel your right palm. And in your right palm, notice the warmth of your cup. And see if you can even notice the beating of your heart in your right palm. Just feeling that pulsation of the heart connecting to the cup in your hands. And then awareness shifts into the left palm, feeling the warmth of the cup in your left palm. And refining further into noticing just the heartbeat and the feeling of your heart beating against the cup. And then go ahead and open your eyes and look in your cup. So we're beginning to open the communication channel between ourselves, between our heart and the spirit of cacao. So feminine spirit of cacao. And this cacao came from Guatemala. So you can imagine the mountains of Guatemala. You can imagine the cool air in these mountains and the soil of a garden in a sacred community deep within the mountains. And from the soil, you can visualize the cacao bean growing and intertwining with the vanilla bean. Because cacao is very sacred to the community that protects and nourishes and harvests the cacao. So you can imagine that those who come towards the cacao to harvest the cacao walk in meditation, walk in prayer. They're coming to the spirit of cacao with compassion and love. And then this cacao was harvested on November 2nd, 2018. And the initiates who harvested the plants brought the plants to a Guatemalan priestess who then created a small batch of cacao on November 8th, 2020, which happened to fall on the Mayan calendar day of releasing negative energy for greatest healing of self and community and planet. So as you begin to look at this cacao, when you begin to understand where she came from and why she's here to heal, you begin to open your heart and you can feel the heart expanding in the awareness of her presence. And then close your eyes again. And when in whatever way feels natural to you and good to you, you'll say, cacao, I invite you in. Cacao, I allow your creative energy to flow and expand through the cells of my body and to expand within my consciousness so that I may create from the energy of love, the legacy of love, legacy cacao. And then setting your own intention. So whatever your intention is for creating in the energy of love, bring that to the forefront of your mind. And once you feel complete with your intention to activate your cacao, you're going to whisper your name into your cup 3 times.
Karla Hope Miller. Karla Hope Miller.
And once you've whispered 3 times, you may drink. Being fully present and embodied for the first few sips. All the sips really, but for today's purpose, especially the first few, so that you can really feel the quality of the texture and the taste. Just noticing the unique qualities inherent in the cacao. And as you drink, you'll begin to feel a sense of inner tingling or vibration. It's kind of like a hug, an inner hug, a hug of the heart, if you will, through the warmth and nourishment of the cacao. And you can also feel a quality of expansion, a deeper connection to the energy center of the heart as she calls you into greater alignment with your highest and best self, opening the ears of the heart to your heart's deepest calling. Now, as you open the ears of your heart, I'm just going to ask you a simple question and allow yourself to observe any thoughts that come forward through the question. So if your heart had words, if your heart could speak to you right here, right now, what would your heart have to say to you right here, right now? Acknowledging and honoring the wisdom and the grace inherent in the heart, inherent through the activation of cacao, the spirit of cacao. And also with the heart center, just simply saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And opening the eyes and coming back.
That was so wonderful. So ladies, how can people find out more? We're out of time.
So,
Through the website?
through the website, GLDMND.co. And Karla and I will be together again August 22nd in Carbondale. So we still have spots available in that ceremony.
Okay.
And then I have one coming up at Sky Gallery on July 8th, here right in downtown Aspen.
Thank you so much. Did you guys have fun on the show today?
Yes.
I
Always.
feel like wonderful right now. So thank you so much. This has been such a blessing. And thank you guys for watching this week on The Local Show. The Independence Pass Foundation, for 32 years, restoring and protecting the ecological, historical, and aesthetic integrity of Independence Pass. To learn more, independencepass.org.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
White River Overland specializes in camper van upfitting and overland outfitting. Catering to mountain dwellers and outdoor enthusiasts, many of WRO's builds are purpose-driven to facilitate and enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. Nestled in the White River National Forest, close to the deserts of western Colorado and Utah, WRO also rents camper vans and accessories. More at whiteriveroverland.com. Celebrating their 25th anniversary, Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience Aspen's most amazing adventure locations and gain new skills to increase your safety, performance, and enjoyment while mountain biking, road biking, hiking, and paddling on Aspen's exclusive canoeing adventure. Like Sundog Athletics on Facebook for fresh adventure updates.
Welcome to